Hey, morning world. I'm on my way to the car centre. Me and Tank, we're coming up to Manny. I can't make any promises that my dog won't bite Doggy Joyce. He bit my brother, man. And besides, Tank doesn't like people that are under the influence. He doesn't like juice heads. He doesn't like crackheads. He doesn't like people that are drunk. He's a bodybuilder. He eat anything you give him. Watermelon skins, eggshells. You know, anything that's good for him. Anything that's bad for you, he don't like. Anyway, Shadowboxer's got a new opponent. Let's talk about his new opponent. The guy's name's irrelevant, but he looks like a bit of a test for the Shadowboxer. As in, he's the same size. Shadowboxer's never fought anyone the same size. As you know, Andy Goy was the same size. This is bullshit, bro. People saying the Shadowboxer's only fought small people. He fought the world's greatest street fighter, Bashir Fakori. You know, fucking hell, he's fit. He fought the legend of bare knuckle boxing, Andy Goy. Mate, Shadowboxer's up there. He's one of the top bare knuckle fighters in the world. So it doesn't matter who he's facing, he's going to knock him out, especially with me in his corner. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this weekend. You know, Shadowboxer. Hey, Tank, come here. Come on. Shadowboxer is ready. Yeah, he is ready. Come on. He's been training hard. He's got Homeless Mickey as his trainer. You know, I think that the Flash fight, you know, Dougie would have been in big trouble for putting that fight on because, you know, let's face it, Flash was a very, very much smaller. Shadow would have starched him for sure. Wouldn't have left a good taste in the promotion's mouth, you know, to see poor Flash flattened on the floor. Because that's what would have happened, by the way. I would have bet my house on it. Because this is how it goes in fighting terms. A good big un will always beat a good little un. Isn't that right, Tank? Tank knows fighting. Anyway, so I'm going to hire a car. I'm coming to Manchester. I might be arriving a bit late. Look, come, show your support. Shadowboxer's got his own link. He shared it on his Instagram. I'm sure he's going to share it for the YouTube community. Look, we got to get behind Paul. You know, he's making money from this pay-per-view, and you know this training camp's been very expensive. What, flying Mickey over to Ireland, accommodating him. You know, all the beers and Chineses and Indian takeaways he's been eating. You know, it's not cheap. Some say he's not really been in training camp at all. You know, he's done a few rounds on a punch bag. Now, I know he hasn't even done any hard sparring. Personally, I think the Shadowboxer, he could have been a much greater fighter with me in his corner. I mean, well, I will be in his corner, but it was me as his trainer. See, I would have cut out all those fast food takeaways. I would have cut out the alcohol, and I would have made him spar. But anyway, the powers that be, they don't want to see how far the Shadowboxer can go. You know, they should have been giving him an easier opponent. Yeah, same size, but someone who's come to fall down. Not a guy who's come to fight, you know. So, I mean, Shadowboxer's the star, isn't he? He's the big star. He pulls in the numbers. You got to, like, it's like in professional boxing. They didn't put Anthony Joshua in with no killers. Even though he was an Olympic champion, they still built him up. You know, I wish that they treated the Shadowboxer with the same sort of, you know, kid gloves, cotton wool. You know, built him up as a record, you know, like 10-0 and bare knuckle. So the BKFC would have to take notice of him. But, you know, it is what it is. He's been given an olive branch by Dougie Joyce, and he better grab it with both hands. He's better take this opportunity, and he's got to go for the kill. He's got to take this guy out. And he's not just doing it for him. He's doing it for me, for Homeless Mickey. He's going to apparently get us all on the BKFC again. He knows that. He has to win. Come on. Anyway, put in the comment section your support. Put in the comment section, yeah, just be positive, please. And let's just say a little prayer for Paul, because let's face it, he's put his heart and soul into the bare knuckle industry over these past 2 years. You know, not only has he tried with his own bare knuckle promotion, the Pit of Doom, you know, he's made champions. You know, think about Max Bygraves. You know, he was nothing until he went over to see the Shadow Boxer, and then all of a sudden the BKFC come calling and his bare knuckle career catapulted. You know, he helped me get the Danny Christie fight. There's no doubt in my mind that if I didn't work with the Shadow Boxer, I wouldn't have been on Danny Christie's radar. Homeless Mickey, he's setting up a fight against Connor Tierney, the world champion of the BKFC. This is crazy stuff, guys. This is crazy times. Like I told you, the Shadow Boxer is undefeated bare knuckle fighter, most viewed fights on the planet. Called out Mike Perry, mate. Don't you remember? Any man, any Englishman, any man in the fucking world, I'm coming for you. Let's face it, they're all afraid to fight the Shadow Boxer. As Brett May got himself arrested by armed police, so he couldn't fight the Shadow Boxer. You know, Danny Christie's been getting called out by the Shadow Boxer for years now. He didn't fancy facing the final boss of bare knuckle. Instead, he fought Little Me. But the Shadow Boxer's waiting, Danny. Paul Venice. Yeah, Paul Venice actually will turn up. Paul Venice wanted this fight. It's the Shadow Boxer who didn't want to face Paul Venice on this occasion. Only because he knows that he didn't do sparring and he needs to spar for Paul Venice. He needs to spar for Danny Christie. He needs to spar for all of these geezers, you know. I don't know why he hasn't sparred. I don't know what I'm trying to sell you guys here. Maybe a pay-per-view. Listen, Paul is entertainment. You know, at the end of the day, when I got into the fight game, I didn't want to be someone who wasn't anticipated or eagerly awaited or whatever you call it, yeah. When I was in the ring, I wanted people to be watching, and, you know, all eyes will be on this fight because it's the character. You can be the best fighter, but if you've got no character, if you've got no personality, you know, and it's not all about being really popular, you know, people can love you, yeah, but they can also hate you too. I mean, look at Brett May. People hate him. People want to see him get his ass whooped. People was going to tune in for this fight. You know, Brett May got himself locked up, and now the chips are where they lay. The Shadow Boxer's got a big test this weekend. I mean, Brett May was a test, but look, this is a test, and, you know, let's get behind Paul. Let's all get the pay-per-views or come to Bolton and support. Write in the comment section how you feel it's going to go for the Shadow and what you'd like the outcome to be on Saturday night, and including you know, Tank will be there. Yeah, look, he's a great dog, isn't he? Come on. My daily bid. Thanks. Have a great day, great weekend. It's Friday, people. It's Friday.